Hi everyone, I wanted to do a little guide about ProWritingAid because it's a tool that I've recently started using. I'd say I've been using it for sort of 4 or 5 months now, and it's proved excellent. I've really enjoyed it, and as a result I've gone from the free version of it, which there is, I've gone up to the premium version because for me the biggest thing is that I can use it with Scrivener, and if you use Scrivener this might be a game changer for you. No more copying and pasting into documents where you can go through the spell check and the grammar check. You can do it all in one go. So I thought I would do a little introductory video to it just so you can see some of its features and decide whether or not it's a product that would be suitable for you. Alright, let's get started. So here we are with ProWritingAid's website. This is their homepage, and I wanted to just bring your attention to the software integrations that ProWritingAid works with. So for me as a Mac user, for me as a PC user, I find this really pleasing because it works with Outlook and it works with Microsoft Word, which is fantastic because so many tools, particularly in the self-publishing world, seem to be Mac based. So I was really pleased to see this. But also there's a Chrome extension, a Safari extension, Firefox and Edge. It also is compatible with OpenOffice. For us as writers, the real great one here is Scrivener, and then of course Google Docs, which is particularly useful not just if you're a Mac user but also if you're working collaboratively with somebody, because Google Docs is a really great way of sharing documents, so that's really useful. I just wanted to bring your attention to those so you can see how widely you can use the product across all manner of writing tools. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about how you can use ProWritingAid with Word, one of the many uses for it. So I've pulled up a bit of text that I'm working on. It's very much a first draft, so don't take it very seriously. But you can see here we've got some blue lines underlined, some purple underlined there, and they denote the different types of errors that ProWritingAid has picked up. So if I go up here, I should be able to switch on real time, start real time, off. Okay, so it's on, and then you'll see down the right hand side here it's processing the style and the grammar, and eventually it will come up with the suggestions it has. There we go. So here we can see, if we click on the first one up here, it says missing punctuation, it needs a full stop. So I click on the correct one and it does it. Here I can click on the second one. Again, it's missing capitalization, so I can do that there. Let's go to this purple one, which is the sort of style rather than the grammar, and now it's saying to me, this is a passive verb, you're writing less direct, why don't you try to use an active verb instead, which is something that I would do. So maybe I could change that. What does that do? So there you go, you can see that I've changed that so it gets rid of the purple grammar style underline, but you can see that there's more there, and I will take time to go through each of these and correct them in turn. So that's one way that you can use ProWritingAid with a Word document, and it's very much the same in Google Docs. This is exactly how you would use it in Google Docs as well. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you was how you can use ProWritingAid with Scrivener, because that's obviously key to us as writers, particularly if you do use this. It was certainly one of the main factors that I decided to make the purchase and go from the free version to the paid version. So this is me in the ProWritingAid app, which you can download from their website, and you can download it for PC or for Mac. So I want to pull up a document I've been working on in Scrivener, I want to pull it up here in ProWritingAid so that I can edit it and work on it in ProWritingAid, but still save it in Scrivener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to open a file. And I'm just going through my normal folders, and the one I'm going to work on is called Follow Me. So this is in my Scrivener folder, it's a Scrivener file, and this one is Follow Me. So I open it up, and you can see it's pulled in the manuscript, and you can see I'm not very far through it yet. Here we go, this one's much better. You can see it's pulling in all these errors that it's found, and so far it's found 2 grammar issues, some style issues, and some spelling. So the easiest way to do this is to go through just one by one. So I generally start at the top, click on the first one, and it brings this up, and it's telling me there's a missing comma. So when I shifted my Shadina dreamed about the bath I would take that evening, so I don't think it needs a comma, so I'm going to ignore that one. Then I press it again and it takes me to the next one, and this document has a mix of different types of speech marks, so it's been pulling me up on those, but that again is something I can work on more generally. Here we are at style issues, so if I press on the first one it will bring this up here, and it's saying it's a passive verb. Passive verbs make your writing less direct. Try to use an active verb instead. So you'll have a decision to make about, perhaps it's a piece of dialogue and that's the way you want your character to speak. But if it's a piece of the prose, it's a piece of the exposition, then you may want to read it and think, oh, okay, yep, the system is right. This is very passive. How can I change that? So I will change that, but not right now. And so then I could go to the next one. Oh, so I'll ignore that for now, and then we go to the next one. Ignore for now. So you can see how you can go through all of the style issues found, and then so let's go to the spelling issue found, and here it is at caveated, so I'm going to ignore that one. So you can see how easy it is to go through your document, picking out the issues that ProWritingAid has found, and how easy it can be for you either to ignore that issue or to correct it. So that's nice and easy. Now, another thing I wanted to bring your attention to are the reports. So let's move on to those. So if you want to have a report about the whole document that you've got here, and get a more of a bird's eye view of it, the easiest thing today to do is pull up a summary report. So let's pull that up, thinking about it, and here we go. Here is a summary. So the document score, oh, it's not looking too bad on that particular document at the moment. It's out of 100, and ideally you do want each of these things, the grammar, spelling, style, you want them all to be in green. If they are in yellow or red, then they need a bit of work. But there's some other interesting statistics that you get along with this, some great things that they bring up. You've got your word counts, your character counts there. But interestingly, I like this one. So the most unusual words that are used in your document, and then also the most used words. This is quite interesting as well. And it delves down into that even more later on, because it comes to overused words. And here we go, went, and then all the feelings ones, which I think is very common for a lot of writers. So we can see that there's 2 words that are overused here, and it's even made a suggestion by how many you want to reduce it by. So that is really, really handy, just to give you a guiding hand there. You can even look at the sentence structure if you're a real word nerd, which I confess I'm not too much of a word nerd in this way. But if you want to see how the rhythm or the pattern of your sentence structure, this is a great, again, indicator of what it looks like. Look, here we go, we've got adverbs, and you can see that this is in orange, so that means there's too many. Ideally I want this to be in green, so know that I'm not using too many of these. And this is something, you know, I can go through and think about, okay, do I really want to use that? Is there a better way of saying what I want to say? And these are red, so these are not very good. Repeated sentence starts. Yep, that makes sense. So it's very red, and I've got a thumbs down, so I need to look at that as well. Grammar and spelling, 2 grammar issues. So again, thumbs down and red, so I need to look at that. Sticky sentences, when they've got too many common words, again, I've got a red here, so I need to be looking at those. And the dialogue tags, it looks at that as well. So these are things I could go and look at and decide, okay, are they needed for a change of pace within the story, or do I need to improve them or increase them, make them a little faster? So you can see there are a lot of really useful stats that it pulls up, and then it's up to you and your creativity to decide whether or not you want to follow the suggestions of ProWritingAid. But this, I think, is a really, really great tool for anything you're writing, whether it be fiction or non-fiction, or even if you're doing something for work and it's a technical report, for example. So as you can see, ProWritingAid has a lot of really great functions and great tools that you can use, and that's why I recommend it so highly. So if you are curious about it and you want to give it a go for yourself, there's a free trial version of it, and indeed there is a free version that you can use permanently, but you can use the trial to try all the premium features on it as well before you decide just whether you want to stick with the free version or upgrade to the paid version. But give it a go, really do give it a go, see how it compares to some of the other tools out there and whether or not you like it. And if you haven't already tried Scrivener, I really recommend you give that a go too, but I'll do a separate video about that. Alright, I hope this has given you an introduction to ProWritingAid and you can see how helpful it will be for you. Thanks, bye!